Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Eureka Springs channel. We're here today, this afternoon, to bring you another segment of our candidates that are running for sheriff of Carroll County. And by the way, if you're going to hear something today, it's going to be my dog in the background. You know, I like working from home. This is kind of how it works. Sometimes your dog joins you for the conversations. But anyway, I'm going to be giving you a little insight into the candidates for Carroll County Sheriff. And actually, let me pause just a second. I'm going to let my dog out. Hang on. Sorry about that, guys. It's real. It's live. So you know, this is live. We are sending this back out on replay, but let's jump on. I have with me this afternoon Mr. Robert Kennedy, who is one of the candidates, and we have several this year. And the opportunity here is to get you guys to be informed about our candidates and where they stand on certain things, and hopefully communicate to you guys about what might be important to you. All right, here's Robert.
Hello, everybody. How are y'all today?
Robert, we're doing great. I hope everybody's watching and enjoying these segments, and thank you again for doing this.
Anytime, no problem.
We appreciate it, and I was telling the other candidate before that, you know, running for office is not for the faint of heart. So we appreciate those that are willing to step forward and serve. I'm going to go right to the questions, Robert. Take as much time as you want, and hopefully we'll be able to get folks informed about some things that you're interested in. Okay?
Yes,
our first question is, over the last few years, our homeless population has increased. As sheriff of this county, what role do you play in providing assistance, and what will you do to help this population?
Well, I'm doing it right now. I'm doing the Easter egg hunt for Carroll County. We're doing it. It's a test phase. I will be posting what will be the clues tomorrow for that. But if we increase every business sales, everything we can, we won't have to ask the quorum court for money. I will be donating my first year salary. I will help in any way that I can in that aspect. But we have to be able to save the county money so we can build up and prosper. That's with like this Easter egg hunt. Say I hide it in a store. You get 50 people in that store looking for that egg. Chances are 42% chance actually that somebody's going to spend the money that's in that egg inside that business. But say that business wasn't recognized, but now the person on the east end now knows this business on the west end is there. All I want to do is help build this county up so we can prosper and we can all do it together.
Okay. Well, the question was in regards to the homeless population?
Yes, ma'am. If the quorum court, sorry, the quorum court are the ones that makes those decisions. Just like the county money that I think it was 2 quorum courts ago, someone came in and asked in Eureka where they were building the shelters next to the police department. They're like those tiny houses. I don't remember what it was right now. Sorry, I'm a little nervous.
It's okay. You're doing
good. They asked the quorum court for money, and that was money that the county had from the COVID relief. And in the listings, what that money could be used for is housing. That's where they asked, why they asked for it. But if we can save our county money, our county will still be able to help in that aspect without having the COVID relief fund.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Robert. So the next question for you, so we're living in the question from the community is, we're living in a digital age where many people get their information from various forms. How do you see your responsibility when it comes to social media, both from a personal standpoint and as a sheriff's department?
I believe my reputation speaks for itself on social media. Anybody that has ever had a problem or ever needed assistance, if I wasn't the one that saw it, my wife sees it. Trust me, I'm at that location within 30 to 45 minutes helping the individual. I will keep that up. I will bring somebody in. I already have one person in mind. She will be my public relations deputy, and she will keep you informed. And I do not, sheriffs are supposed to be nonpartisan. They're supposed to be there for every single person, not pick sides or anything like that. So she will be informed, the informer for the county through our Facebook, through everything. She is Democrat. She asked me if I would ever hold her tongue. No, I will not. That is always your choice, not mine. I would want all of us to work together, not one side, one party, anything like that. Because I can't justify saying I'm going to go to this person's house and save them quicker because that's a Republican or that's a Democrat. That's not how that works here. So I hope that helps.
All right.
Thanks, Robert. And our next question. What skills and experience make you qualified to lead not only your staff, but the community at large?
Well, for 23 years now, I've been in active 911, either dispatch, fire department, first responder. Now, there was a very big gap because we lost children that were my family in a fire in Texas. And I was having some issues going back to the fire department. I couldn't justify saving only 2 out of 5 to myself for a while. And I wasn't even going to go back to the fire department until COVID happened and they really needed some help. So I did step back in. I did start doing my duties. But when I did come to Carroll County, I was hired undercover in Carroll County. I was put through the jail. I was put through jail standards and standards to the state. A sheriff is an administrator to that building, keeper of the peace, and serves some subpoenas. Nowhere in there does it say we have to have years and years of law enforcement. And I think the years and years of law enforcement is where we went wrong, because every time we vote on the years and years of law enforcement, it's only gotten worse. So I think the keeper of the peace part is between, we should put enough law enforcement right here, but more citizen to stand up for the citizens. Because when you have the years and years in law enforcement, he's always going to back his brother. And I get that in every full aspect, but I have seen a lot here, maybe too much. And I don't want to reach back in the past anymore. Then we're just going to keep going forward. So we're going to leave that part out. But kind of like church and state, you got to separate church and state. You know, a citizen between law enforcement. Now, I have enough law enforcement, and yes, I still will go to the academy. Before the first year's up, I will finish the academy. And if you are not satisfied, even though I'm donating my first year back to the county, I will step down. So I'm glad we're live on this channel. So I will step down if you're not satisfied.
Okay. Thank you, Robert. Next question for you. Let's see. Next question. I lost my place here a little bit. Yes. So what do you see as the number one problem for our county? And what plan do you want to implement to change and improve that?
That's a big list. That's not just one thing. That's a million things. That's animal abuse. That's our drug problem. That is housing problems. That's one of the biggest problems right there is housing. We need more housing to get more individuals in here to help prosper our county. I will help in that aspect in any way I can. Fundraisers, y'all name it, I'll be there. Lost my track of mine, sorry. Can you
Yeah,
repeat the question?
yes, of course, of course. So the question was, what do you see as the number one problem for our county, and what do you plan to implement to change and improve it?
Okay. Well, like I said, number one problem I believe is the drugs in the law enforcement side. Now, on the citizen side, it is the housing. Now, on the drugs, I do have a good buddy that's been DEA for special narcotics DEA for 20 plus years. He's going to come over here. He's going to help us out. He's going to help the guys get certified in all kinds of aspects in that area. Now, on my law enforcement, from my 2 down to dispatch, will control most of the law enforcement. I'm going to stick to mostly keeper of the peace. Now, I will know the law, the Constitution of the United States, and the Constitution of the state of Arkansas. We will handle the drug problem. Now, on the housing aspects, I will implement as much deputy time to our citizens, or sheriff to citizens. I'm not sheriff now, but if elected, sorry. As much time as I can to help with fundraising, to help with ideas, anything y'all need, I'll be there for you.
All right. Thanks, Robert. And we'll go to the next question. With the significance of the LGBTQ population of Carroll County, what do you see as your role in the way of leadership of your staff in consideration to this community?
Anything and everything y'all need, I will be there.
Okay. And the next question, what are your plans for drug enforcement, and what solutions can you provide to those who do suffer from addictions?
Whew. So we've already got the Birdwell Foundation here in Carroll County. There's also another program that I have just become familiar with, and that was the Reboot Program, which I am in that Reboot class. That's for first responders and firefighters, but they do not turn anybody down. We can help in many aspects of that. All we need is help with volunteers. So we will get there by helping push that through the public. Now, man, I am nervous and I apologize. Can we repeat the question one more time?
It's all right, and being live is nerve-wracking for a lot of people. Don't be worried. That's normal. Trust me, it took me a long time to get used to doing this myself, so I can relate. The question was, Robert, is what are your plans for drug enforcement, and what solutions can you provide to help those who do have addictions? That was the question.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, the Reboot Program will help every individual. They will not turn anybody down. So if they can't find the doctor for you, then they'll just search and search and search until we can find a place to put you. Now, the Reboot Program is for first responders and firefighters, and just about anybody you can think of, they would probably never turn down. But that helps with our PTSD and stuff like that, because all the traumatic things that we see constantly over the years. Now, on the drug enforcement, marijuana, I don't really care that you destroy a taco and a couch cushion. Okay? Don't. If you have a medical card, keep it at home. You smoke it, or if you have it, smoke it. I don't care. Just don't endanger citizens. Don't do any of that. The hard drugs, the ones that hurt families, destroy families, cause havoc in the families, in the workplaces, in every aspect of our county, by theft, by everything. we're going to hit that as hard as possible. I would love to fill you in on details, but I don't want them to know what's coming.
So, okay. And so I'll go to our final question, and thank you again for doing this, Robert. I know it's this is not something you do every day.
No,
it's not something we do every day. Here's our final question that the community put forth, and we'll give you an opportunity to finish up with some other thoughts if you'd like to after the question. Okay.
Okay.
So, what are the top priorities needed in our county in the case of a natural or a man-made disaster in regards to the sheriff's department?
Well, that is a big question. So OEM would be Mike McKelvey. I plan to work with every single fire department, state emergency management, every single entity I can get my hands on. I'll be at the meetings. We will set trainings. We will do everything we can to help in that aspect. I already know what I'm doing on the first responder, been doing that forever. I have plenty of law enforcement and enough law enforcement to run for sheriff. And I will make sure we are there for the public at any and everything I can, as to parades, as to disasters. We will train, our response times will get better, because I would like to offer every city officer, every constable, and if we can figure a way out insurance wise and stuff like that between the quorum courts and the fire departments, I would love to deputize some of the paramedics in our fire departments, because I would like to get there before the suicides, because that is a big issue here. And so is domestic violence and sexual assault and everything. Most of that has to do with our drug problem. But I will be there for you in every aspect that I can. That's as far as I can promise, because I can't promise money and all that. Well, I can promise my money, but I can't promise money and all this other stuff until we build this county up. Right now, this county is falling apart. There's only 4 guards inside the jail right now. So those guys are overworked. They're stressed. They're housing too many prisoners. There's nothing that's bringing income into this county right now through the largest entity of this county.
All right. Thanks, Robert, for taking the time to do all this with us and to answer the questions from the community. At this time, I'd like to just open it up to you. If you'd like to just take up this moment just to speak freely to the voters of Carroll County, if you'd like to share any final thoughts with them and to close this out. And thank you again for your precious time to do this with us. I know you've been busy. So I'm gonna turn it back to you if you'd like to address everybody publicly and close us out.
Yes, ma'am. There was one more subject I'd like to touch base on. Now the squatters in the houses, because I've been asked that question a lot. So with COVID going on, they have, my wife's here now, they have a mandate, or that's probably not right, but 30 days to quarantine. After that 30 days, you can pull them out of the house, or your sheriff can pull them out of the house. They can stay in that house as long as quarantine. So yes, I would go get them out of your rent houses, because all of that mixes together. Because if you have 5 rent houses and 3 squatters, and you're paying for all of this only on your 2 incomes now, that's hurting our taxpayers, not the one squatting in the house. I'm going to be there for every citizen I can. So if you're squatting, I'm still going to help you. I'm not just going to throw you into the streets. I couldn't do that to somebody. I am here for the people of Carroll County. That's the only promise that I can promise you is I won't ever let you down. Thank you, and I hope you'll have a wonderful evening. God bless.
All right. Thanks again, Robert, for taking the time to do this, and thank you for helping the voters of Carroll County get a little bit more insight onto who you are and informing everybody out there. We really appreciate you taking the time to do this. And,
Thank you so much.
And again, thank you for your willingness to put your name in the hat and to serve the people of Carroll County.
I'm going to give it my best shot.
All right. Thanks so much. You have a great day.
Thank you. You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, so if you guys want to share this segment with people to help our voters in Carroll County to be informed about our candidates, and we'll be interviewing another candidate in the next couple of days. I'm actually filming these live, and then we're presenting them later on, and so we've tried to be just as fair as we can to each candidate by asking them the same questions. None of the questions were given to the candidates prior to the filming, and so a lot of they've never heard the questions before, and it's not easy to do. But we felt that was the only fair way to do this, so to keep it fresh and real. And so we appreciate you watching us, and if you'll join us for another segment here in the next couple of days, we'll present to you another candidate who's running for office for the sheriff of Carroll County. Thanks for watching us. Subscribe, like, and follow us, and support our channel. We appreciate you guys watching us. Thanks a lot. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.